Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So glad you stopped by to see a new video of us. My name is Janny and I'm doing this channel together with my daughter-in-law Dyanne. We live in the Netherlands, so you know a little bit where we from. So today I'm joining Heidi from Heidi's Sambal and Cory from Desert DIY in their challenge, which is called Ugly Duckling Challenge. It's a new challenge. You have to turn something ugly in your house or something where you found it in a thrift store or in a shop. It doesn't matter, you have to turn it in something beautiful for your decor. So I found, of course, something, it's not very uncommon, so I hope you enjoy seeing my DIY turning into something for my decor. So before I forget, of course I will put a link down below for both the beautiful channels from Cory and from Heidi, and of course I will put a link down below for everyone else who is participating in this great new challenge. So enough talking, let's jump into the video. So I will use these two vegetable jars for my DIY. So I will clean them up first right now, then I will do the DIY. So you saw me just cleaning up my glass jars. So you see they are already looking a little bit better and just a little bit more less ugly, but of course they are not very nice to see. So I want to give them a coat of chalk paint. So let's do that first. So I will paint them in the color, a little bit of the brown color. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little bit in the neutral tone. So I'm trying not to paint it too thick, because you can better do 2 coats than make it too thick, because then it will drip off. So this is the first coat for the little jar. So you can see just from little jars from your vegetables, you just can, at least I hope you can make something beautiful out of it, because it's, for me it's also a little try. I've never done this before. But it's a very easy and on a budget. So this was jar 2. Now I have to do the lid, and of course I'm always painting myself, but this paint is really easy to remove. Just wash your hands and it will be gone. So in that case this paint is very easy to work with. I buy this paint with at the Hornbach. I don't know if Hornbach is in a lot of countries, but I don't know if it is in every country. But Hornbach here is since a year, I think a year. But they have the most beautiful paint. So, and it's very easy to remove out of your hands. So I let it dry now for a while. It dries very fast. Then I will do the second coat paint on. So, and I show you now how it looks like when it's dried up. So you see now I painted my jars from my vegetables. I'm sorry, from my vegetables. So you see I did a big one and a little one. They turned out beautiful neutral tone. So now I will cut with a scissor. I will cut this Mackenzie Childs print out, and I just have to look if the way I want it on my jar. So let's just cut it out and just see what it will bring us. Before, for me, it's also a challenge. But again, you see just a simple print from Google, and you can make the most unique ideas. You see, I have, of course, here I have prints here. This print is a little bit bigger, but you see this is too big, so I changed the print. So I changed it just when he was a little bit smaller, so he will be more fitting to my jar. Now I just have to look how he's doing. For me he's too big, so I have to get some. I think I want it because I want to make little blocks out of it, so it just that is not just a print you just put on it. I just want to cut some blocks out of it. On this side I will cut the white blocks out, and of the sides I will cut the creamy ones out. It's just a little bit a challenge because it's very small, everything. So you don't want to cut the creamy one, so it's just a little bit because you want the black one to stay. So it is a little bit of a task. There he is. Oh, just a little piece because now you still see. So you see, now I already have a little bit an idea how it will turn out. So I will do it also on the sides, and I will do it, then I will measure it how much I need, and then I will do it on the other side. I will do it on camera, but if you don't like it, just move forward. Here you see I do the creamy ones. But you don't want to cut it too far. So now I have to do this one. But I don't know if I do it right now, because when I will cut this one, you almost cut this one out when I will cut the thing, because maybe when I do the black one and I keep the white one, I don't know, I will try. And then I have still another one to do. Yeah, if I do with the cream, but it doesn't work either, so I will look if what will happen. Sorry for my if I put the black one out, because if I do this one, we will see in a moment if I am correct. So you see, something is wrong. Here I cut the the black one, and here I cut the white one. So something isn't going right. So I'm sorry I did it a little bit out of the camera, because I was just figuring out how I had to cut this print. But you see, it's a little bit of a puzzle just to get it right on the jar. My idea was to do it this way, because then you don't get just a sticker on your jar. So I just want to give it a little bit more, that it a little bit comes to life a little bit more. So that's why I had to do it a little bit out of camera, because or else you had to wait too long. This one is for my little jar. So I will Mod Podge this one on my jar. This one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes here. So for me it's just an experiment. I don't know how it will turn out or not. And this one will come on here. Let's do this for already, and just later on I will do the little one of this print. I just printed some little pictures out, and the little one will come on this jar. So we will see how it turned out. I just Mod Podge this one on my little jar. So we're gonna see how we will look like. I already have a little piece in my Mod Podge. I have to get it out, because or else you will see it under the paper. So now I will put it on my jar. It's just a little bit of a mess, but that's a little bit what crafting is, just trying out something new. Of course I take the whole jar. Also in the Mod Podge, because then you get the same color, or else you get a strange color on your pieces of your jar. Sorry, I was a little bit out of the camera. I hope you can see it. Take care that you don't get stuck in your jar like me. I already had all my hands stuck in this little jar. That's not really the idea. Now we're gonna let it dry and we will look how it will turn out. I hope it will turn out okay. But like I said, it's just an experiment. I just quickly do my lid on my Mod Podge because someone gave me a great tip. She's called Judy. Judy gives me a great tip that I sometimes I leave the lid too long out of my Mod Podge. This is a home brand for here in the Netherlands, but it's the same at Mod Podge. But Judy gave me an idea, just put the lid faster on my pot, because or else it will dry out. Sometimes I get so stuck in my craft and I forget to do the lid on. So thank you, Judy, for giving me this great tip. Now it's just waiting and I will get to the big jar just to cut it the same way. So I just figured out something. When I use the little jar, I could cut this. This is a picture of 8 blocks of the Mackenzie Childs. So there are 8 strokes of it. So if you have 8, you will get a problem, because if you have to cut this one out, if you do the creamy one, you will see this one will put a little bit, it can fall off, or you just have lucky that you can cut it in. But if you have 7 blocks, so like me in the little jar, then you are cutting this one off and then it will go okay, the creamy ones out. So if you are doing this, just make sure that you have not an even right of blocks, but you just have an uneven, because then you will come out with cutting your blocks. Now I have to use the big one because the jar is bigger, so I hope that I will cut it very close, that it will stay on this black block. But if you, I had to look for if there was a picture with 7 blocks or 9 blocks or 11, because then he won't fall off. But if you have an even kind of blocks strokes, then you will always get the problem that if you want to cut the corner out, then he will fall off. So we're gonna try. Of course, on this side you don't have the problem, not yet. But it is on this side, when I will cut this creamy one out, then I have to be really careful that he just doesn't fall off. It's just a little piece of the creamy one. I don't want that. So it's a little bit of a task just to. So now I first will, and you see I get the same here on this side when I will cut the creamy ones out. And I will have to be a little bit careful. You see, you just, or else what you also can do is just cut it out and glue this one separately on your piece. So you can, I think I will do that I will cut this one and I will stuck it later on with Mod Podge on my thing, because now you see a little bit of the creamy side and I don't want that. So I think I will cut this one out and glue it later on my picture again, so I can do it still the way I want it and it doesn't fall off. You see, because now he's hanging here, but so I will cut it off. So I will keep the piece apart separately. I will lie it here on my table and now I can just cut it out right. So a little bit of the creamy off, because I don't like that. So I get the same problem I get here. So I will cut this one also off and I also will lay it here and I will get this creamy one still out. So now you get the, oh sorry, forgot one. So now I will put it on my jar and I just glue on this side and this side the black blocks separately. So let's glue this one on. I have to stand up for it. I will do my hands away so you can see again how I do it on my jar. Now I will do this one. And I hope that if it dries up that you won't see it anymore, but we will see. Then another one. I have to look if I am putting it on right. So now I will do Mod Podge on the whole picture. Have to be careful with the one I put on. I will try to make long pieces of when I do my Mod Podge, but that doesn't work completely for me, so I try to do I'm sorry, I was out of camera again. Now I have to do the whole jar. So I don't get the wrong colors. I know I don't do probably the right way for my Mod Podge, but so I have to turn around it. And we're gonna put it here and just drying and see how it will turn out. Just a little bit on the side of the jar. So just letting it dry and I show you how it turned out. So now my jars are dried up, so I can do the second coat. Some people do it at the same time already, but this time I decided to do it later. So for the little jar it will be, I will show you, it will be the little picture, and for the big jar it will be the bigger picture. You just can Google it and just find out what you like, because I have also another print. It's just what you like, and just you can do anything with it, so you can make it completely your own. But I decided this time that I would go for this. So this picture I do cut out the way it is shaped. So my plan is to do this one over it, and when you Mod Podge it, I think it will turn out beautiful, but I think it's a little bit too big still, because you don't see the sides. So I will do a little bit out of here and a little bit out of here. Now I have to look if now he has a little bit on the print here and a little bit on the print there, but you can do it any way you want it to. So a little piece. So I decided to do the Mod Podge this time with just an, oh my god, I don't know if you here in the Netherlands we call it a kwast, but I don't know. I don't know how you call it. I hope this is going to be better than with this one. I'm sorry, my neighbors are still in renovation of their home, so that's the noise you hear. So this is how this one turned out. I have to let it dry again, so I will show you when it's dry. So you see, I Mod Podge this one also. I hope that I get him off. Now I still have to get him a little bit. to dry also. So of course I put the lid on again for drying out. So I'll be back when it's dried up. So this is how they look when they are dried up. So this is the big one and this is the little one. Now I want to do, I will do the lid on the jars, so I will finish them off. Now I hope they still fit. I don't know really if they do, because so they are stuck on the jar. Now I found in my stash a couple of bunnies, two pieces, and I think maybe it's nice to do them on top of my jars so they will look this way. So I will glue them on my jars. But of course I do it with the glue which is dried in 2 seconds. So I will use my gloves because I have bad experience with 2 seconds. So I will use my glue gloves. Of course you have to get the bunny also on the front side. Just hold him for a little while. I know he's already stuck, but I still hold him a little moment. I'll do this one also. So I just hold them down for a couple of seconds. So I think they dried right now. Now I will make them, finish them with some rope. But I still wait a moment a little bit because I see here a little piece of the paint, so I will have to work a little bit to do a little bit paint here, because I don't like it if there's a little piece of paint off. I don't like that, so I have to do a little bit of paint there and a little bit there. So I will do that first, and then I will finish it off with my rope. So you see, now I finished them off with some rope. Here you see I did some rope just around under the lid, and a little bit to work a little bit the little basket off. I just did a little piece of rope here, and he looks like this. So this is my DIY. So I'm really glad how it turned out. So in a moment I show you how my DIY turned out in my decor. But first let me say thank you Cory and thank you Heidi for hosting this great new challenge. I had a lot of fun making this challenge, and I had a lot of challenging to come over with this DIY. But I hope it did turn out in something beautiful. Thank you all for watching. If you like our videos, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you here in our YouTube community. It is so much fun and we have so many beautiful people here. So click the red subscribe button if you like our videos. And for now I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. And I hope to see you in another video. Love from Dyanne and me. Bye!